Hello, welcome back to How to RV. I am Jason, and I wanted to talk about boondocking, and not just about any kind of boondocking. How long is my rig gonna last on just the battery? So the way that you buy your camper when you first get it. What I mean is if you're gonna want to camp because your rig has a bathroom and a shower and a toilet and heat and cooling and all that stuff all on its own, then how long is it gonna last before you run out of services? So you run out of battery, or you don't have any fresh water left, or your black tank or your gray tanks are full. How long is that gonna last? So what we're gonna actually do is get the camper set up today. So everything filled up. I'll take you through all that and get it ready for a boondocking experience. So as you can see, I'm here at home, and there's a reason for that. And that is because if anything goes wrong in the middle of the night or anything like that, I have somewhere to go, or at least I can plug back in and I don't freeze my tail off. Currently is about 47 degrees here, and it'll warm up a little bit over the day, but it gets down to about 27 at night. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get the freshwater tank filled up, get our propane tanks full, and check everything out to make sure that everything's good for this test. All right, to get ready for the test, there's a couple of things I wanted to get done here. One is to get my propane tanks off, and I'm gonna take those up and get them filled up to make sure they're topped off. Also want to get some water from the store so that I can check my battery, make sure that it's nice and full, all of it's charged up and ready to go. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my fresh water tank so that it's nice and full, and I'm gonna make sure that my black and gray tanks are empty as well. So once all that is done, then we'll go ahead and get ready for the test. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get everything set up today, and then the next series of videos, we'll go day by day to talk about how we've done for that day, what our levels look like, how much charge do we have, and how much time do we think that we have left to get moving on. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get the propane tanks off of here into the truck so that I can go get them filled up. Now I only need to do one tank. I know that I got one of them that are fully full, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one off, take that and get it filled up. While I'm out, I'm gonna go ahead and stop by the store, pick up some water for the battery, and we'll check the level on that. All right, I'm on my way to go get the propane tank filled up and a couple things from the store. And I said a couple things because I was just going to get the water for the battery, and well, the wife said that I need to pick up some other things. So we're gonna pick up a few other things at the store and then come back and get this thing all started, or at least get it prepped and ready. Oh yeah, if you can hear my truck in the background, I apologize for that. It's an older diesel, it's loud and proud, I'm telling you. All right, so we're now here at U-Haul, and we're ready to get the propane filled up. Now, as we drive in, I don't know if you know this about U-Hauls, but some of them have propane fill stations. So if you happen to be out somewhere and you're not at a campground that has propane fill station, or maybe the campground itself doesn't, then you can go ahead and look around at a U-Haul and see if you can find one that may have a propane fill for you. Also, you may not know it, but some of them even allow for your camper to come in. So if you have one of those campers that has a permanent propane tank up underneath, call around. They just might be able to help you out. So I'm in my little camper. All right, now we got the propane filled. Time to head to the store and pick up some of the things that we need for the battery, and to get the things that the wife wants. So we'll head on to the store now and get that done. All right, so I've made it to the grocery store, getting ready to head back, and got to pick up some things for the wife. Looks like she wants me to get some milk, bread, and some Tombstone pizzas. If you like Tombstone, leave down in the comments. Anyway, I'm gonna run in, get that, get the water for the battery, and I'll be right back.
item in bag or...
All right, so we're finally back at the camper. We're gonna go ahead and get the propane on. We'll check the battery, get some water in it, and then we'll talk about whether or not we're ready to go ahead and disconnect and be completely off grid. No power, no shore power, no running water, no nothing. Everything will be ready to test out. All right, now that I've got the top off, pop up these little lids here real quick. Let's see if we can get underneath here. Check the water level inside of this thing. Gotta be careful, a lot of acid in here. Anyway, the level on this one, it doesn't look too half bad. Check this side. Might top it off a little bit. And it ain't too half bad either. Now, I used one of these, a little multi-tool deal. In a previous video, we had talked about tools, and this one has become very handy. So in the tool list on that video, talking about it's good to keep a multi-tool handy. In this case, it did. All right, I'll go ahead and add a little distilled water in here to kind of top it off. Looks like we're good to go. Put these caps back on. And we're good to go. Time to go ahead and get some water in this thing and get ready to talk about what next steps are to come from there. I know that normally on this channel we do the how-to stuff, right? We get directly into how to do something, and I wanted to do a little story mode thing talking about more about kind of what we're going to go through over the next few days. Yeah, this is a little harder than I thought. You know, I'm used to step by step by step. I don't know, lay me down in the comments. What do you think? Do you like the direct step by step little things, or the stuff like this where it's going to span over a few days? I don't know, let me know. All right, now I'm waiting on the water to fill up inside the camper, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect, and that way we're completely off grid. Once the water fills up inside the tank, we are done. As you can see right here, the water is taking forever. I didn't know we're going from empty to full would take so long. All right, finally the water's full. We got it all done. We'll go ahead and disconnect right here. And now that we're disconnected, we're completely off grid. We're on our own. We're gonna go inside and get everything turned on. Things like the water heater, the furnace, and all that stuff. And I almost forgot to tell you guys about the rules of this here test. So what we're gonna do is actually get inside the camper and sleep in there. We're gonna run off the propane and the battery that came with it when we bought it, all on its own, and we're gonna see how long it lasts. In this test, we're gonna stay the night in here, and we're gonna use it as normal. And we'll try to get up in the morning and make coffee. Now, I don't really have anything to make coffee off the stove, but I'm gonna see if I can arrange something. All right, so now the sun is getting ready to go down, and here in a little bit, before I go to bed, I'm gonna check back in with you real quick, tell you about what the temperature outside is, and what kind of temperature it is on the inside, and what the next steps are. So just wait 1 second, be right back. All right, let me see if I can get some light on in here, since it's about 10:30 at night. All right, so like I said, it's about 10:30 at night. We've been running on the system completely off the grid since about 3:30 this afternoon, so it's currently about 7 hours. We'll talk about updates in a little bit about how much power we have, what I've been running, and things like that. Haven't been running too many lights, and the details to come, so we'll be heading to bed here in just a few minutes. I think I'm going to try to get up around 3 o'clock this morning. Just to do a quick check-in, talk about what the temperature is inside the RV and what the temperature is outside. But that'll be in the next video so that we could talk about the experience and how we did overnight. So I'm gonna head to bed, get up at 3 a.m., get those details, and I'll see you in the next video.